Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to focus on breathwork techniques for speaking in front of a group of people, whether large or small. I will note that some things you can do if you're in a room with the people already there, and some things are great to do if you can be backstage or in another room beforehand. The first thing that we'll start with are just some really gentle taps. Where you're going to swing your arms. I'm going to step back and show you here in just 1 second. This is something that you would not do if you were in a room with other people. This is something you would do if you're behind a stage and you come walking on. This is something you do also at the very beginning, so maybe 20 minutes to 30 minutes if you can before you're going to go out and speak in front of a group of people. So what you're doing is you are just swinging your arms and then just very gently letting your arm swing in front and the other arm is going to swing in back, and just gently tap your back where your kidneys approximately are, and that's just something to help calm you down. So if you are somewhere and you are in a group of people already and you can't do that, then one of the things we're going to do is just really start to ground ourselves. So what you're going to do, if you are standing, is just take a couple breaths. And you're really going to think about feeling your feet flat on the ground. And if you're sitting, you're just going to really feel yourself sitting in that seat and your feet coming in contact with the ground, and just breathe there for a couple seconds. Okay. And if you are somewhere where you are not around the people you're going to be speaking in front of and you're behind a stage or something like that, what you can do is close your eyes. And what you're going to do here is listen for the farthest away sound that you can hear. Try to listen beyond what's in the room you're in right now. Okay, and then we're going to think about, what do you smell? Can you smell anything in this room? You're not looking for a bad smell or a good smell, just what do you overall smell, if anything, in the room that you're in? And then what we're going to do is just think about your hands. And if they're touching your pants or the table or a chair, just think about how that feels when you are making contact with that other object. Or you can think about feeling the air moving across your skin. Okay, and then if your eyes were closed, you're just going to gently blink your eyes back open and just gently look around the room where you are and just notice things. You can just notice colors, notice textures, just different things in the room. What we're trying to do here is just really ground you and reconnect you in the present moment, so that you're not letting your thoughts or your emotions go in a different direction and make you more nervous for speaking in front of people if this is something that is challenging for you. So you should feel just completely present at this moment. And just feel very, very grounded. Again, this is optimal to do if you can beforehand, before you even get into the room where you're going to be speaking. And then if you're still feeling nervous, just really focus on, if you're sitting, just making contact. Think about that contact you have with the chair and your feet on the floor. And if you're standing, just think about your feet on the floor. And you can do some of the earlier breathwork techniques that we did where you're just focusing on breathing in and out. And then when you're speaking, it should be all about the other person. Make it all about the group that you're speaking to, and just focus on being present in that moment and not worrying about getting a certain response or reaction. It's just focusing on the other person and on being present in that moment. So give this technique a try this week, even if you don't have to go and speak in front of everyone or anyone, and just see if it helps you feel more grounded and centered and in the moment. And next week we'll be back with another technique.